HMCCC's roots go back to 1845, and the congregation has been at its current location since 1856. While the church has enjoyed a glorious and fascinating history, we are excited about what our good God is currently doing in and through us. And we trust in this good God who said, "Surely I know the plans I have for you, plans for your welfare and not for harm."
We welcome any questions that you have. We also welcome your participation in our services, studies, and outreach programs. May God bless you in your search for acceptance, encouragement, spiritual growth, a caring community, and the opportunity to participate in helping to share God's love with the world.
Outside the walls of our building, we seek to practice this loving as Jesus loved through ministries of compassion, forgiveness, justice, hope, and peace.
Every week I drive to Hickman Mills Community Christian Church from Stillwell, Kansas. I pass many churches on the way here, but I keep coming back year after year because of what I find here. To me, Hickman Mills is very much like a New Testament church, one of the first Christian churches. It's like one of those churches because it's small. The early churches we read about in the Bible were house churches, and so too our church is small enough for everybody to know everybody, and yet we still have a beautiful facility in which to worship, study, fellowship, and do outreach. Another way that I feel we're like the early churches is that we're composed of imperfect people. None of us are perfect, none of us have all the answers. Sometimes we stumble and have to ask one another's forgiveness, but God takes all of us and puts us together in a beautiful tapestry and a strong tapestry, and builds not only our fellowship beautiful and strong, but also our individual lives. And a third way that I think we're like the early churches that we read about in the New Testament is that we're different. One of the most exciting things that happened in the New Testament was Pentecost, when God sent His Spirit to draw together people from different backgrounds, different countries, those who looked and spoke differently. And so too we come from different races, different cultures, different parts of the city, different educational backgrounds, and even once we're here, we have the freedom to interpret the scripture differently, to have different political and social views, and yet God's Spirit holds us together. We respect one another and we love one another, and we see beauty in one another even though we're so different. And so all this is well worth driving from Stillwell, Kansas every week.
We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that our unity may one day be restored. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love.
Why I love attending the Hickman Mills Christian Church is numerous reasons. First of all, I've been a member of this church for over 50 years. Number one, it's a Disciples of Christ church, which means we have no special creed. Our creed is the New Testament. We're free as members to believe in Jesus as the Christ we see fit. I also enjoy the fellowship. We are a community church. Loving people make a loving church. This church has been home for me, as I say, for over 50 years, and I would trade it for any church.
We
I come to Christian Community Church because it's like family here, it's close to home, and I just feel God's presence with all the members, how brilliant songs, they just reach every Sunday. And I like worshiping here.
I'm Richard Johnson. I moved here about 8 years ago or so. I'd been wandering astray for quite a bit of time, and I decided to turn around and go follow Jesus. So I watched TV and I donated to a TV thing, and then I was sitting in my apartment just a couple blocks away, kind of looking for a church to go to. And I heard these bells from this building, and I would drive by here and I'd see kids playing in the yard and a bunch of people, and it seemed like a good place, so I decided to try it out. Came in here and was sold the first day I came in and saw our pastor. It was pretty neatly. So, and that's what I'm doing here, worshiping God and getting back with Him.
At HMCCC, we strive to love as Jesus loved. We want not only to share, but to be the good news of Jesus of Nazareth. This is reflected in how we respect and care for one another, as well as our brothers and sisters around the world. Within our own community, all are welcome, for we believe that our fellowship is enriched by the diversity of God's people. Everyone is encouraged to ask questions and to grow in his or her own faith. It's okay if we interpret the scriptures and social issues differently, for we know that God can speak to us in different ways. He certainly cannot be confined to a box of human making. In humility, therefore, we focus not on any differences we might have, but rather on what we have in common: love for God and for one another.
My wife, June, and I began attending the Hickman Mills Community Christian Church in 1961. We were a young married couple with 2 sons looking for a church home for our family. This church was a perfect fit for us. We were warmly welcomed and soon became part of the church family. Although my wife has passed away and our 2 sons have moved on, I still continue to attend this church because we are family, and the members of this church give me great spiritual support and comfort. God bless.
Hi, my name is Joyce Feets, and I've been coming to Hickman Mills Community Christian Church for over 40 years now. This is my home. This is my family. I come here because it's a warm feeling. We not only worship God together, but we're all family and brothers and sisters with each other. I've gone on many mission trips with the children and thoroughly enjoyed them. And watching, one of our missions was to help other people that are less fortunate than us. It's been a true pleasure coming to this church, and I will continue because this is my church family.
And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love, love, love. They'll know us by our love.
Our mission trips are an extension of our loving servanthood. Our youth and adults travel to places where we may be of help to our brothers and sisters in need. Wherever possible, We work through local agencies and ministries. Nonetheless, our mission trips are not just work-oriented, they are also relationship-oriented. For when buildings crumble, relationships will remain. We share openly, and we learn from each other. Our cross-cultural service experiences thus foster the understanding and respect that lays the groundwork for love and wholeness or peace.
We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that our unity may one day be restored. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. And together we'll spread the news that God is in our land. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. They'll know us by our love, our love, our love.
My name is Charles Jessup. I've been a member of Hickman Mills Community Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, for about 45 years. I come to this church because the minister preaches from the Bible and gives us great insights into the scriptures. I also attend here because of the people. We have a wonderful congregation. We really care a lot about each other and try to live our lives as examples for Christ.
I love the fellowship of my church, the friends, and my Sunday school class, and I come to be refreshed and renewed each week. I miss it if I don't come.
So we decided to attend some services at Hickman Mills and other churches to find out, to hear the message of God and to hear the message that we wanted our children to also hear. And we heard Reverend Terry Diehl preaching, and we heard a non-judgmental, loving message coming from her, and realized this is probably the place we want our children to go to church, and us too. So we attended a few services, and the next thing I knew, it had been a year. And after that, we formally joined the church and became very active. The reasons we stay at this church is mainly because of family. The church has a great family feel to it, and not only with the Diehl family and the legacy they brought from the regional minister to the senior minister to the senior minister's son, who is now the senior minister, but that of the factions of families that are here and that were here at the time when we joined. And it was one of those things where our children immediately felt at home, and so did we. It was a great blend of the community around the area and a lot of people with different church experiences that came together here at Hickman Mills. And so it was one of the things that we thought was very enjoyable in the environment outside of the sanctuary. There's a great tradition going on here with this church in its longevity and in how we participate with it and how everyone else does. And it's really a great place for families to be raised, and you can see that as soon as you walk in the door. There are a lot of opportunities for people to express themselves here, whether you're an instrumentalist or a singer or a worship leader or just someone who wants to participate in the congregation and see how others are enjoying the godly life and hearing the message from Reverend Zach Diehl. That's one of the things that we really like about this place, is that it's very casual and relaxed. There are 2 traditional services and 1 contemporary service, and whether you feel at home in either one of the services, you'll find a place here. And there are plenty of opportunities for you to participate if you're the type of person that likes to get involved and make something out of church. You know, they say it's what you put in that you get out of it. So if you're the type of person who likes to really be involved in a new place, this is the place. You can be involved with the media, the music program, the worship program, any of the circles. We preach from the Bible. We speak the Word of God and the Word of Jesus. And that's mainly the thing here. It's that if you understand what Jesus meant, if you want to understand what Jesus meant, this is the place for you. You can come here and be in a relaxed environment and hear that message without worry, without judgment, and bring your family. That's why we say.
Hi, my name is Mary Bates, and I've attended this church for 60 years. They've given me all my spiritual needs in that time. My memories are so great of our friends who have passed, and of my children's baptism, what a joy that was, and of my Bible study. This church has so much to offer for each one of us. In these years, I've had 5 ministers, and I remember each one of them with such devotion. They loved this church and they loved their Lord, and I remember all of that with great happiness. Thank you.
Okay, I love this church. I've been a member for 58 years, and they're like my extended family.
Hi, my name is Matt, and I've been going to church here my whole life. What I really enjoy about the church is I'm able to come for worship and fellowship. We've been able to have birthday parties and showers and everything like that for a great place to host for our guests. So it's been a really great place to come on Sundays and for other things as well.
Hi, my name's Sarah, and I have been coming to Hickman Mills Church for since 2006, probably, approximately. The thing I like most about this church is the feel of it and Pastor Zach's message. It's something that you can really relate into your life and your next life week. It's a large church, but the community inside the church is really small and loving and giving.
My name is Chloe, and I like church because I get to have my birthday parties here, and I like the snacks.
We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that our unity may one day be restored. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. And together we'll spread the news that God is in our land. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love.
For the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me